YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today guys, like I promised, I'm gonna showcase the deck profile for the Purrelys. Now this has already been adapted into Master Duel with regards to the ban list. So first and foremost, we have one copy of Nibiru's. So after the 31st ban list, we will have mostly cards that are Dragon Links, Exo and possibly, I'm not sure if Luanderix is gonna come out, but it's better safe than never. 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of Maxi, a really good hand trap as well. We're using almost all of the hand traps or staple hand traps for the game. So the Imperm, the Ash Blossom, the Maxi. And then for our interruptions, we have the Cold by the Grave and the Crossout as one of our hand trap removals. And then for your monsters, for the Purrelys, you have your Purrely on 3 copies and then your Purrely Lily on 3 copies as well. Now, these 2 cards are your only monsters for the Purrely archetype, and each of them has their own corresponding effects once summoned to the field. So summon to the field a Purrely monster, it reveals 3 or excavate 3 cards from the top of your deck, and then adds a Purrely card to your hand. The Purrely Lily, on the other hand, is basically a search and add. Purrely is kind of like the Adamantimators of their archetype. Now, for its secondary effect, we will talk about it in a bit once we tackle the quick play spells. So, spell and traps, we have 1 copy of Prosperity since Master Duel allows us only to use 1 copy. 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent, 2 copies of Call by the Grave, and 1 copy of Crossout Designator. Now, for your quick play spells, you have 3 copies of Delicious Memory, 3 copies of your Happy Memory, 3 copies of your Pretty Memory, and then 3 copies of your Sleepy Memory. Now, with regards to the preemptive ban list of some cards for the Purrely archetype, now I'm not sure if Sleepy Memory is going to be targeted, but even so, we can just add an additional copy of possibly a Triple Tactics Talent or a Nibiru. Purrely can reveal 1 quick play spell that is a Purrely in name on the hand, and you can spell summon the designated or the corresponding EXE monster to your side of the field. The Purrely Lily targets 1 Purrely quick play spell in the graveyard and spell summons the corresponding EXE monster to the field. Corresponding meaning because each of the quick play spells correspond to the specific EXE monster that you can summon to the field. So if you use the Delicious Memory as its material, you can summon the Plump to the field. If you use the Happy Memory, you can summon the Happiness to the field. And if you use the Pretty Memory as one of its materials, you can summon Beauty to the field. I'm not sure if Sleepy Memory is or will coincide with the latest Duelist Nexus Little Noir. But yeah, let's talk about it once it's going to be released into Master Duel. For your continuous spell, you need to max that out on 3 copies. It's a really good card. It works the same way as the Pantheism of the Monarchs. So you reveal 3 cards from your deck, and then your opponent chooses 1 for you to add to your hand. 2 copies of the Purrely Street. Now this field spell allows you to protect your monsters from ever getting targeted for effects. And also every end turn you can add 1 more material or 1 quick play Purrely spell card to your EXE monster on the field. For your trap cards, 3 copies of Imperm, 1 copy of your Leap. For the extra deck, you have 1 copy of Arsenal Zeus, 1 copy of X Purrely Happiness. You can run 2 copies of this. Just remove a copy of Ensemble Robin. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to use 1 copy only. 2 copies of your Noir, a really good card on the field. As long as it has materials, it can unlimitedly spin back cards from the field to your opponent's deck. 1 copy of your Downward Magician for your Zeus, 2 copies of your Happiness, 2 copies of your Beauty, 2 copies of your Plum, 1 copy of your Princess Sprite. Allows you to excavate card from the top of your deck. If it's a spell or trap, you can add it to your hand. 1 Ensemble Robin, 1 copy of Azalea just to pop 1 card, and lastly 1 Anima. I think the Azalea is the pop 1 card, right? Targeting 1 card in the field, it's right there. I think that's the pop 1 card. A little side note with regards to the rank to Purrely monsters. So the Plump, every once per turn, you can add up to 2 spell and traps from either graveyard. Then you have the copy of your Beauty. It has the effect of Effect Vader or Imper. And then you have the Happiness that halves the attack of your opponent's attacking monster. And also this can bounce back spell and trap on the field. And then the other effect on this one here is change the battle position for the Beauty. And then for the Plum, allows you to banish 1 monster on the field until the end phase. So possibly you can use the effect of banish 1 card, summon into your Noir or your X Purrely Happiness, and dish out the OTK damage. So that is the deck profile for you guys. Let's test this deck out in AI. Alright, so here we are with the test run, guys, for the deck. So we have the Street, we have the copy of Delicious Memory, we have one copy of the Purrely Lily, one Cross Designator, and one copy of Pretty Memory. So that's really good. So to start off, we will just summon our Purrely Lily, get a hold of one card. I'm gonna get a copy of, we already have that. We can get the continuous spell. That way we can reveal cards. So reveal. There we go. We can, what we'll get? We can get this for our draw phase during our opponent's turn. So he will give us a one copy of that, and then we need to use the effect of one card first before we can do so. We can we? Yeah, we can do this. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna just discard Cross of Designator and then summon our Purrely. Purrely will activate the 3 cards on the top of our deck. Did we hit anything? Yeah, we got a copy of Delicious Memory. So at this point on, we can use the effect of Purrely. Reveal one card. I'm gonna go with the Plump. So reveal this, attach it to Purrely, and then summon the Plump to the field. There we go. Since we have 2 spell cards in the graveyard, we can use that as our material. So that's good. Use that one. Attach it to the monster. There we go. That's 4 materials now. Then we use the effect of how many? So we can draw one card during our opponent's turn. We can use another copy of Delicious Memory. Chain with our Plump. Attach it to this card, and then chain another one, and then attach it to the Plump again. There we go. So we don't need to banish any monster because we're just basically adding more materials to the monster, which is the Plump. So that's it. No, we don't need to spell summon. We don't need to do that. Blah blah blah. So that's basically it. No, we cannot. That's basically, that's okay. So there we go. We activate the field spell, and we have a 3,800 body on the field with 5,700 defense. Now this is just 6 materials. So at this point on, we are protected from being targeted, and we have materials here on our side that can that gains the effect. So 300 of each materials added. You can send one other card you control to the graveyard and target one card your opponent controls. Attach that one. And lastly, we can draw one card during our opponent's standby. So during our end phase, we'll use the effect of the Street. Target our Plump. Put another copy of Sleepy Memory. That way, during our opponent's turn, we can draw 2 cards. So draw one and draw another one. There we go. So we have already advantage. If ever that is hand trap, then we are good. We are very good. Managed to dish out a damage for us. Doesn't really matter. Use the effect of Street again. Target our monster, and then we can add a copy of. We can add this though. Yeah. So we can just add that one if ever you want to attack all of the monsters of your opponent. So that's one thing there. Draw one card, yada yada yada. Use the effect. Do we have we can use the effect of Plump again. Attach a material. The trap card on our opponent's graveyard. There we go. Use the effect. Target our card. If this is a boss monster, we can attach that one to our Plump. And that's basically it. A really strong monster on the field with 10 materials. And now at this point on, we can summon a copy of Happiness or our Noir. But for the sake of this video, just to see how much attack this monster gains, we just summon Purrely. So that on the field, we have a 9,100 attacking monster, which has the same effect of the other monsters. So target one of our own, and if this is a significant spell or trap, attach it once more to our monster. So there we go, 9,700 attack on the field if you want to end the game right there. So that is basically it, guys. We can go for battle, and then, oh yeah, this actually burns your opponent if ever this monster declares an attack. So burn for 1,500, and then that includes the damage dealt. So that is basically it. Quick preview on how the deck works. Because there are only Purrely monsters, so you can use a ton of hand traps or whatever card you can use for this deck. So that is insanely good. And yeah, that's basically the showcase for the deck. I hope you like this kind of content. Like and subscribe for more. If ever we'll have super heavy samurais added into the game, we will make a deck list for that. So that's me signing off. Keep safe, good luck, and goodbye.